She made me come all the way down the mountain. I had to walk. Now, this lovely wife of mine wants to march me all the way back up. This is futile. I said to myself, what's the point of walking down a mountain knowing you have to walk? Stop looking at my Apfelstrudel. Today we visit St. Gilgen, Austria and join Tiffany POON in New York. We get some wisdom from the chief exec of Steinway pianos, and as Ron and Tiffany play a little Mozart, Carola and I discover more about Mozart's family.
Who's that, you said?
I don't know, she's scaring the living daylights out of me.
But you might be the mother
keeps
of
staring at me.
Mozart.
My darling wife is having milk with her peppermint tea. This is lovely.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
All aboard!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Liftoff and the clock has started.
4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Good morning. Boker Tov. Good morning world. It's me, Rory Alec. Whether you're in India, right across Asia, it's time to dust the sleep out the eyes and it's time to wake up and shine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Casting from the heart of Europe, it's me here in Austria. To you guys out there, a big God bless you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's time to celebrate.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right, Jesus is alive, he's on the throne.
Nice to be in orbit.
And he loves you this morning. The chickens are up, the rooster's crowing. It's time for
Good morning, world.
Good morning, world. Me, Rory Alec. Great to be with you this morning, guys. Welcome. Thank God it is Friday. On today's program, viewer and birthday shout out, of course. And I eat Apfelstrudel. Or at least I hope I get to eat some Apfelstrudel. And today's show continues to unfold in Austria as we've been sharing most of this week about this amazing country. But we also hang out in New York today. That's right. Good morning, world. We'll take you to the Big Apple. We join Tiffany POON, a brilliant young concert pianist who takes us to the home of Steinway, introduces and interviews Ron Losby, the chief exec of Steinway, who shares a little bit of wisdom from his perspective. And on this side of the pond, of course, Carola and I are in a traditional Austrian coffee house in the little village of St. Gilgen, discovering more on Mozart, the great composer. Pianos, performers, composers, wonderful locations, and
Good morning, world.
you guys. Good morning. I am excited to be with you on this Friday, and thank God it is Friday. I want to tell you something. I have loved every minute of the last 2 weeks, bringing out this whole new Good Morning World to your screens, your devices, your tablets, your laptops, your iPads, your whatever you're watching me on, morning, noon or night. But it's also been quite exhausting. And if you'd watched my daily grind earlier this morning, you would have heard me share a very personal update to my supporters. But I'm alive and living well to tell the story. Now, I can already tell you right now, as my wife will be watching this on this Friday morning, she'll be saying, "Darling, why are you wearing those glasses? They hide your eyes. Put the smaller ones on." Without glasses, I can't see where the show's going, and we have a packed show. So there you go, babe. How's that look? A little bit better? By the way, thank you for all the wonderful wishes for Carola's birthday as well. Very kind of you, dear Good Morning World viewer, to share that too. And in fact, why don't we jump into some comments? Lots on today's show. Some viewer comments and posts And, oh yeah, I got vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus. Yesterday, Carola and I got the Pfizer vaccine. Alive and well, thank God. And we'll keep you posted on all of that. In fact, next week I do hope to talk more about COVID-19, the impacts on us here in Austria and around the world, some commentary from some key doctors, also some commentary from you guys who have real concerns about this vaccine, the end times, the new world order. This all plays into the fears and challenges that many have. Whatever you do, do it with the grace and with the faith that comes from your relationship in Him. And you will survive to tell the tale. I guarantee you that. There is no weapon that can be formed against you and I that prospers, whether you take the vaccine or you then don't take the vaccine. You and I are children of the Most High, and He does protect us. It's all in the blood, baby. It's all in the blood. Now, for those of you who don't know Jesus as Savior, whatever I said the last few seconds probably doesn't make much sense, but hang in there. So stick around, watch Good Morning World over the weeks and months ahead, and you'll perhaps see a different side of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. We love Him, we follow Him, we walk with Him. Comments, let's kick off with some comments today. Some great comments here as I sort out my computer. Anthony, thank you, Anthony. He says, bless you, Rory. Lovely video. He's referring to yesterday's video. Keep up the good work. God bless you and your family. Jesus is Lord. And then all the way to you guys in India, this is Thompson. He says, hi, Rory. A big God bless you from India. Have followed you from God TV days right up to your studio setup and your new life. Thompson says, stay safe. Thank you, Thompson. I appreciate that very much. Caroline Williams, hi Rory, can you let us know how much money you are hoping to raise for this equipment in order for you to live stream? Caroline, thank you for your question. And yes, we did a soft launch Monday a week ago. This is the end of the second week this Friday today. I'm seriously thinking how over the next few weeks, up until the 24th of May, next month, 24th of May, I am going to do Good Morning World because there's so much I also need to do behind the cameras. I need to reach out to my Facebook friends. I need to reach out to my YouTube subscribers and many of my other friends, business associates, etc. I have to raise funding and I have to get myself organized so that we can live stream. At the moment, I can't live stream. What you're watching on this Friday morning, I recorded yesterday, which is Thursday. Which, by the way, means that I got vaccinated on Wednesday, which was Carola's birthday. So I know it gets a little bit confusing, and it gets even more confusing when I say broadcasting Good Morning World at 7 a.m. in the morning, and you're watching in the middle of night. You've just got back, or you're about to go to bed, and you finally found some moments to hang out with us here on Good Morning World. Welcome to the wonderful digital world and age we live in. I love it. But back to Caroline's question. Caroline, why don't you Facebook message me directly, and I will give you an answer to your question. It's not a huge amount of money, by the way. It is a huge amount of money for me today, but in the grand scheme of television and the way things move forward, it's not a huge amount of money that I need to raise in terms of capital. But I also need to raise my patrons. I have a faithful group of patrons who've supported me in this early stage. I need a few more so that I can get to a place where I can get help and redeem time. That's one of my biggest challenges and my prayer focuses over the next 30, 40 days, how to redeem time. And if I can live stream, that helps me. If I can get the right equipment that I can operate with as few people as possible, ideally myself, moi, and one other, I'm going to share all of this on a private, invitation-only Vision Zoom call. So right now I've put up my email address. Caroline, please email me if you don't want to Facebook message me, and I will send you a Vision Zoom invitation. I plan to actually hold the Zoom call, share the full vision, and give facts and figures and everything else. And to anyone who's watching right now, if you really are keen to support Good Morning World and help yours truly as we move into this very exciting new phase, send me an email and I'll send you an invitation to a Vision Zoom meeting. Thank you, Caroline. I really appreciate that. Oh, she actually has one more comment there. She says, have you seen the YouTube video of the Polish pastor in Alberta, Canada, demanding the police to get out of his church on Passover Day? You bet, Caroline, I saw it. And it's gone viral around Facebook. And we live in interesting times. Lots more to share about that in the weeks ahead. At least those will be some of the topics I want to tackle also on Good Morning World. Remember, Good Morning World is here. It exists, and I am here that we can encourage one another. So I'm not going to focus too much on the negative, and where I do focus on the negative, it will be an encouragement because it turned positive, or God stepped into that situation, or there was a testimony of a salvation or a healing or some kind of dynamic breakthrough. I do appreciate the pastor from Calgary's courage and for standing boldly. I really don't know what the governments are getting up to nowadays. It's a scary, interesting time we're going to. When I read the book of Revelation, I know where we're going. I just hope, Caroline, we don't go there yet. There are too many on this wonderful planet that are hungry and yearning to hear good news about Jesus. Not about a religion, not about an institution, not about church, Jesus. Here's another one from my good friend Don Willett in the United States. And he posts something which is lovely. And this is a little bright spark, my goodness me, giving us some wisdom on this Friday morning.
Good morning, world.
Don, you posted on your timeline something that Bob Whittemore put up. And here's this little beauty saying to us, wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one's doing it. Well, that's something to ponder on this Friday morning. And then finally, one more thing I would like to quickly give a shout out, seeing that on today we're traveling between Austria and then crossing the pond to New York, and then by digital wonder back to Carola and I in Austria a little later on this program, and then back to Tiffany POON, who you're going to meet in a few moments in New York. Michael Tan, you popped a post up. Michael lives in Singapore. It got me chuckling, and I wanted to share it with you guys on Good Morning World. It's a post by Keith Gracely that Michael Tan pops up on his timeline, and of course it showed up on my Facebook timeline. Keith goes, and of course Michael loved this post, and I like it too, Michael. Keith says, I had to share an Airbus 380 is on its way across the Atlantic. It flies consistently at 800 kilometers per hour, 30,000 feet, when suddenly a Eurofighter with Temper Mark II appears. Now, the Eurofighters fly across our skies here in Europe quite often. In fact, we've had one or two scandals about the Eurofighter here in Austria, but that story for another day. Keith goes on to say, the pilot of the fighter jet slows down and flies alongside the Airbus, greets the pilot of the passenger plane by radio. Airbus flight, boring flight, isn't it? Take care and have a look here. And so, of course, the Eurofighter pilot sort of rolls his jet on its back, accelerates, breaks through the sound barrier, rises rapidly to a dizzy height, only to swoop down almost to sea level in a breathtaking dive. He loops back next to the Airbus and asks, well, how was that? And now we're going to get the answer from the Airbus pilot. Airbus pilot answers, very impressive, but now you have to look at this. The jet pilot watches the Airbus, but nothing happens. It continues to fly stubbornly straight with the same speed. After 5 minutes, the Airbus pilot radioed, well, what are you saying now? The jet pilot asks, confused, what did you do? The other laughs and says, I got up, stretched my legs, went to the back of the flight to the bathroom, got a cup of coffee and a cinnamon cake. The moral of the story here, of course, you figure this one out. When you are young, speed and adrenaline seems to be great. But as you get older and wiser, comfort and peace are not to be despised either. This is called SOS, slower, older, smarter. Well, I don't know about you guys on Good Morning World, But I don't mind the SOS approach, and I agree with you, Michael. Thank you for your post. He says, this SOS approach suits me just fine. Thank you. Michael, wonderful. And then one more thing from Larry Easton. Larry, God bless you. You sent me a long text. I will read a little bit of it now. Larry became a patron yesterday. Thank you, Larry. I so appreciate it. I'm believing God for 120 patrons at least by the 24th of May. But Larry is from St. Andrew's Church, or he's a priest at St. Andrew's Church in Gainesville, Florida. And he's also the CEO of NDL 360. And he just says, Rory, wonderful production, inviting, warm, yet energetic. In fact, your approach and personality seems to suggest a sort of relaxed energy, and easy does it, bohemy, that belies a really motivating verb. Well done. He says, I especially enjoy your introduction. It seemed at first too long, but I found myself so enjoying its vibe that I almost didn't want it to end nice. Larry, thank you very much. I will respond on the weekend when I can come up for air. I will have a look at your whole text. Thank you for becoming a patron. Thank you for that shout out and that encouragement. I do appreciate it immensely. And yes, Good Morning World is here to provide encouragement. It is our mission and vision statement. Provide a television service of encouragement, and that's encouragement to great living through great works. After the break, we'll kick off Austria on this side of the pond and New York on that side of the pond. Don't go away.
Good morning, morning, morning.
It's birthday time. Eva Tanny Stapelfeld. Love that surname, Eva. Happy birthday. It's Friday the 16th. Eva Tanny, you see that she's got 2 Facebook profiles, so I've seen both of them. Happy birthday on both, Eva. Alicia Phillips Day. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. Melissa Melly Belly. Melly Belly. Melissa, have a wonderful birthday on this Friday. Shronda Whitehead, happy birthday. Cam Khan Kai, happy birthday. The Lord bless you on this Friday. And Donna Conway, also happy birthday. KM Keith, happy birthday. And finishing up with Sophia Christian, happy birthday, Sophia. Well, the Lord bless you all on this day. I pray not only do you have a wonderful day with your family, loved ones, and friends as they celebrate with you and as we celebrate with you, but I pray that you also go on to have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Right, that's it. Birthdays are done.
Good morning, world.
My bride and I went down the mountain. She challenged me to walk down the mountain, as you heard at the beginning of the program. And as you can see, I was slightly irritated. Now, this has got nothing to do with the mountain I climbed yesterday. If you missed that program, you'll see Rory Alec like you've never seen him before. You've got to watch Good Morning World as in yesterday, because I climb a 1,700 meter mountain. But this program, I'm actually coming down from a little place that we're staying at in the village of St. Gilgen, which is on the opposite mountain, other side of the lake. Beautiful views of the Schafberg and the St. Wolfgang Sea. And Carola says, come, let's go for a walk down the mountain for a cup of coffee. And it was the cup of coffee and the promise of Apfelstrudel that persuaded me to walk down with a bit of a grouge and a moan and a groan. Okay. But out of it came this lovely, delightful program, if I say so myself, where we mix Mozart, brilliant piano playing. We introduce you to the Steinway piano, the chief exec of that, who has some nuggets of wisdom. A fabulous pianist called TIFFANY POON, who's in New York, on today's program. And Carola and I figure out and find out more about Mozart and why he is connected in such a unique way, special way, to this little village in Austria called St. Gilgen.
Good morning, morning, morning.
Hi, this is Tiffany. Hello. Thank you.
This is why I have to suffer. It's very nice stuff. You only get it in Austria.
And a little bit of cream to it.
Now we asked them if we could have one of these menus for our little flat here. one with us and put it in our little place, and then people
Then we
can
can
come here and they make their own chocolate.
Because it's almost Mozart's birthday, I thought, actually, well, this is your idea to play this particular piece, but why not play some Mozart for 4 hands? It'll be my first time, so we've never rehearsed also. Let's see how this goes.
Everything's Mozart in this little town. Why is everything Mozart in this town? I'll let the Austrian tell you. Why is everything Mozart in this town?
I cannot even tell why in this town everything is
Because
Mozart.
Mozart's mum lived here.
That's why the coffee place is called Café Nannal.
Yeah, but
But who was Nannal? Was she the mother or was she the wife?
this young lady will know.
Hi, so this is why it's very special today for my 100th vlog to get to know the person behind the brand of pianos that I play all the time. Meet Mr. Losby, Ron Losby.
Well, hello, Tiffany. Wonderful to have you here at the Steinway factory in New York.
Thanks for inviting me to your office. Do you remember the first time you played on a Steinway from George on Instagram?
You know, I do. It's pretty interesting because when I was growing up, I started the piano at early, about 5 years old, and we had this piano that was called a Krakauer. And then my mother bought a Steinway, and I will never forget when I sat and played the same pieces that I had played on my old piano, how different it sounded, how different it felt, how different it just reacted. And it was like my teacher's piano, because I didn't realize why on her piano I couldn't do what I wanted to do, because I was on this other instrument that had problems. But once I got a Steinway, then when I would go to my teacher, it was the same type of piano. I could make friends immediately with it.
That's exactly how I felt. I grew up with a Boston upright, and it's not the same as a Steinway Grand, even though the sound is still very nice for an upright. But I had that same feeling sometimes. There are different colors that I could do on a Steinway.
Exactly. I mean, a Steinway, you have an unlimited color palette as long as you have the ability yourself, technically,
Of course.
to extract all those colors.
Yeah.
And I've really not played on any other piano that has such a wide dynamic range.
Das, wer die Nannal war, war das die Frau
Ist der
von
Mama?
Mozart oder die Mutter?
It's the sister. Die Schwester.
Nadler war die Schwester.
Die
Schwester.
Ihr kennt es.
Mit dieser Frau habe ich Angst.
Das ist
Das ist
die
nicht die
Nannal.
Nadler, das ist die Mama.
Yeah, I told you.
Ja, die
Das
Mama.
ist die Mama.
What would you be if you didn't become the CEO of Steinway? It's a question from Tani Kim on YouTube.
You know, I probably would be a physician, an emergency room physician.
So a
Just,
doctor.
yes, just because my family, there's a couple of them in our family, and a couple of nurses, and I was fascinated about how you could help people so immediately, and I felt it would be very gratifying. First musician in our family that I'm aware
Me too.
of.
Cool.
Das ist der Vater und die Nadler ist
Oh my God, we have the whole family here. Scary stuff.
And it really does become your friend, or if you don't practice, it's your enemy.
Yes, just like practice.
Ja, da ist der Mozart. Das ist
der Mozart.
das.
Oder war das der Nadler, ihr Mann und der da?
Der schaut auch aus wie der Mozart. Das ist auch gleich.
Das sind die Mozart.
Das ist die Nannal.
Great. Last question. What is your motto, like life motto, or if you have any advice for young aspiring musicians or CEOs?
I think the most important thing one can do is to find something that they're passionate about. I mean, it's great to make money, and our world is sort of revolves around making money, and you have to have a certain amount of it to live normally. But honestly, money is no replacement for passion, something that you really enjoy and love doing. Something that in the morning when you wake up, it's like, I can't wait to do this. You know, in my case, I can't wait to go and play the piano because I was thinking of this way to play this passage, and I want to make certain that it sounds in my head the way it sounds on the piano. So passion, follow a dream,
Yes,
and
I
don't
agree.
get discouraged.
You know when last I had an Apfelstrudel?
Yeah, very long ago.
When last did I have an Apfelstrudel?
Weiß es
Huh?
nicht.
Tell me now.
Maybe when I made one.
How long ago was that?
I can't recall. The summer.
A long... Don't put your fingers over the lens. A long time
Put it
ago.
over the lens.
A long time ago.
A long time.
Inspiring stuff. And I don't know if you actually noticed the picture in the little coffee house of Mozart playing the sonata for piano with 4 hands in C major. Yep. So you had Tiffany in New York with Ron playing the very same sonata, and then you've got this wonderful old picture in the coffee house in Austria, in St. Gilgen, where Mozart is playing with one of his family members the very same composition. I love it. And the message, of course, you guys have figured it out. Strive for the best and practice, practice, practice your gifting.
Good morning, world.
Well, we've run out of time. It's the end of this morning's Good Morning World. It's been wonderful hanging out with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed the program. Let me know where you've been watching today. I really appreciate it, and what you've been getting up to. And did anyone try out that Apfelstrudel that Carola showed us how to make yesterday? I want to tell you, you will not be disappointed. It might be a little challenging, but I'm sure you'll get it right. And more importantly, your family will love you for it. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Let me know when you're in St. Gilgen, and who knows, maybe Carola and I will be able to join you for a cup of coffee in that very coffee house, and we can have a giggle together. My thanks to Tiffany POON. Check out her YouTube channel. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's an amazing young concert pianist and got a huge career ahead of her. She's already doing amazing things. And I really so appreciated being able to include some of her passion for Mozart and the Steinway piano in today's program. Run out of time. Love you guys. Get some rest this weekend. I am going to sleep. At least on Shabbat, I think I won't be coming up to the surface for any. Just sleep, 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 sleep. But it's been a wonderful week. And until Monday morning, I hope, he says, God willing, by faith, I'll be right here. Same time, same place. God bless. Ciao for now. Love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little bell notification at the bottom. Every time we post something, you'll be getting it. To all my patrons, thank you so much for your support, guys. Without you, until tomorrow morning, lots of love. Keep smiling, keep shining. From me, Rory Alec.
Welcome home. Beautiful, beautiful.
Good morning, morning, morning.